Cairo, Cairo is my baby's home. Cairo, Cairo is my baby's home. One bad Cairo night won't be long. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Catch you around and take you off your feet. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. They get through the graveyard, then for you. Women in Cairo send you down to your grave.
And hello, good evening, good morning, good midday. Yeah, everybody. Another now healthy live stream by Homesick Mac. Although I might have some effects left from my cold that prevented me from doing the live stream last week, which was a real bummer. I missed you guys a lot, and I missed standing here and playing, but I was totally, blown away by the flu. And yeah. But now Mac is back. I feel good. All right, let's see who's here. Albert, welcome. And there's something I'd like to make this bigger. Good sign, good sir. Great to see you here. Attacked from Ohio, now attacked from the UK. Wantage. Hello, Graham. Mr. Whelan, Master Matthew, good to see you. All right. God jul, that's Swedish for Merry Christmas. Well, today is gonna be about Christmas music anyway. And some of you might ask, like, hey, you already played this song in the live stream. All I need to do is just go 11 months back and watch that again. And I showed the basics of Jingle Bells in on slide in G Open, exactly the same thing that I'm going to do today. But it's difficult to find. That's number one. Number two, I totally forgot about the B part. Another part of the melody, which I just haven't covered then. So I thought, okay, it's Christmas times again. Let's do it. And I've just had a gig last Saturday. Excuse me. With Maria Stilla, and we played a country Christmas sessions party at a festival in southern Sweden, and that was great. So we played some Christmas blues and stuff, but that's usually things that Maria is singing, so I just can't replicate that for you guys here. But it was an old Christmas blues by Dean Martin from the 60s, and a great song. And then we played Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me. That's right. By Elvis, of all people. Yeah. It was fun. It was great. And people just loved it. And it was a great evening. So I had this Christmas feeling all over. So when I started getting better from this cold, I thought, okay, so let's do the next stream. Because it's enough time for somebody who maybe would like to learn to play this on slide for the Christmas Eve to surprise somebody or surprise themselves. So like, okay, I've learned something. This is my own Christmas present to myself. I can play this song on slide. So more about that a little bit later. And I think it's about time we just start with a nice blues backup, standard tuning, key of E. Let's just go. There's a reason why you're seeing this little guy here and this microphone here, but that's coming right after the blues backup. All right, stay tuned. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was so eager to play this for you guys, so I just went way too fast. So this was almost like a slower shuffle. This was not slow blues, but it's actually exactly the same licks I would play in a slow blues. It's just that there's not so much space in between notes, like as if I was playing it with a... Okay, this may be too slow, but they're somewhere in between. There's not so much happening than these same licks that I play over and over again every Monday that I'm live streaming. It's always the same backup. I do vary a little bit when it comes to licks. So in this episode, can I say, I did the same thing. Where the melody is happening but that's combined with so the trick is down here and then just releasing the first string and going back to A7. The sloppier you do this, the better when it comes to traditional blues. So that was that. And then I use this form of A chord, which is the same as the bare chord on the 5th fret of A. But then I just place the pinky on the 7th fret, 1st string. And then I just use the big bass, open 5th string, and this form of A with added. And since I don't need a 4th string at all, so I just kind of play sparingly, just do. And then go back to the shuffle. And I always remind people, don't forget these small nuances of how long will I keep that note? Will I glide from that note, or will I just release it? So there are several ways to play this lick, like or the third way, a little bit overemphasized now, but that's the thing. So you can really take any lick and play it in 2-3 different ways, depending on your mood, depending on the speed of the song, whatever else is happening in the song, if you're playing with somebody else or you're solo. So there are so many possibilities there. And then there was this lick, which is a kind of part of a solo. So this is a part of an E chord on the 7th and 9th fret here, where the 1st string is actually, be the E chord on the 7th and 9th fret, but then I only play the 1st and the 2nd string to get it with the big bass. And then this one is bending a little bit on the 2nd string just to make it bluey. So it's basically, but I'm doing that play. So it's in higher register, higher frequencies, a bit punchier sound. So that's, and then, which is a form of E7, which would be, let's say, here. If you just transpose and go from A7, step by step, tone by tone, note by note, you come up to the 9th fret, and that's where we have your E7. And then the big chord, which can also be used here. So it's like a, right. So that was that. And then I also combined different ways to play this hammer-on note on the 3rd string and open 1st. this note ring, or a lot of this damping is happening with my either left hand here, fretting hand, or the picking hand. Depends on where or how I would like to kind of finish that note. Excuse me. Good. Oh, big news, Albert. This is fantastic. Gwen, happy birthday. Can I play happy birthday on slide in G? Yeah, I'll try. Great. And one more thing. Maya, your daughter, right? Oh gosh, she's a PhD. Fantastic. Great news. Big congrats. Congrats to Maya. Fantastic. Wow. A lot of work behind that. I can just imagine. Great. Oh, buenas noches. Spanish attack. Hello, Tom. Great to see you. Tom is teasing us on Facebook with his posts from Spain when he's really, really enjoying himself. And yeah, that's great. Great to see. So we are there. And now let's just click ourselves forward one scene and you will see another angle, which is what I've wished I've done properly 3 live streams ago when I was trying to show you different techniques with playing acoustic guitar to the microphone when it comes to distances between the guitar and the microphones, dynamic microphones, condenser mics, and all that. So I'll be able to do it now very briefly because the main theme today is Jingle Bells on slide. But I got plenty of time left. So I have 2 audio interfaces connected, and these 2 microphones are connected to another one. So now I'm gonna switch to that one. So my voice might be a little bit weaker, but I think you're gonna hear me quite okay. And the first microphone that I'm gonna demonstrate and show you what's, the proximity effect and all that is gonna be this one, which is a dynamic microphone called Shure MV7. My music brother David Hunt is live streaming with this microphone. He's speaking into it, he's singing into it. It's an amazing mic, but on his voice. But okay, yeah, of course, it's a great mic on anybody's voice, I guess. So let me switch to that interface and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna tap on it. Should be on. I'm not really sure about how well synced my movements are going to be with the sound you're getting because it's not the same ecosystem as the rest of the equipment that I'm using here. So maybe it can be a little bit delay or something, but you're going to hear the audio quite well. And I might disappear from this angle if I move more towards the microphone, but you will hear me. So here I am. So this is a microphone and it's turned towards the guitar fretboard to the, let's say, somewhere between 12th and 14th fret and at an angle from the microphone. So this is how it sounds. So now, the proximity effect is that this dynamic microphone needs the guitar to be quite close in order to really get the most out of the frequencies of the microphone. As soon as I back off a little bit, let's say maybe 20 centimeters away, what's that, 9.5 inches, then I'm coming closer. Now I'll just turn the microphone towards I'll turn the microphone. It's easier. Closer to the sound hole. this was the sound that came almost from the sound hole. It's just a little bit off the sound hole, because if you're turning the microphone towards the sound hole, it's usually quite boomy. So that was this microphone, right? Let me know in the chat. Mic check. Are you not hearing me at all? You haven't heard my guitar microphone at all? Was it like that? Albert? You said microphone check, cannot hear you, so which means you didn't hear me when I was playing on the guitar mic, right? Crazy, because I'm getting peaks here and it shows that I'm okay. If we have it's quite low. Okay, I'll raise the input gain a little bit. Bit of buzz as well. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can improve on that, but otherwise we're just gonna move on. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, Abby's here. Abby Budgeon, hi. All right, and you also said quite low. All right, let me try to improve that and then we'll see. I'll mute myself up here on the big mic and then try to work around the problem. So this should be that one. So this one, this mic, if I speak into it, do you hear me when I speak into it? So this was the dynamic microphone, and now I'll switch to this other one. Let's see. That's this one. I'll play the same thing. Nope. Okay, so that didn't really work. I'm sorry. It's a bummer because it's really a great sound and great microphones, both of them. And all right, let me just pull it out somehow. Yeah, that's it. So now I'll be smart. I'll try to be smart. Let's see. Okay, now I've connected that microphone into my first interface, just regular condenser microphone. So let's see. So it's the same proximity, kind of maybe 10 centimeters from this microphone. Yeah, I'm sure you hear this now, but this is a bit trickier than the setup I thought I'd be using, because if I have another interface, I can just keep everything connected and just engage it when it's necessary. So whoever wants to live stream with two audio interfaces, and just to say that I know about the aggregate device, I've done that before, but it just didn't work, which means that you combine two interfaces in one and then move it to the live streaming software. So it didn't work. But okay, so the proximity of this microphone, I'll move it back a little bit. Now let's just compare this sound with my usual two microphones that are in front of me. So these are two main microphones. Not because they're two, they sound more, but I didn't want to put too much volume on this microphone, but I can do it. I can increase to get the maybe, this would be maybe same volume, but totally different character of sound. Compared to but the main thing is that this proximity thing is that the more you come closer to this kind of a condenser mic, which is a large membrane condenser mic, it's like 1 inch membrane. It's very sensitive. And if there was any noise in the rest of my apartment or outside in the garden or something, then that would be picked up by this microphone much easier than by my usual guitar microphones that have a very, very small membrane, which is, no, it's not even half of an inch or something. So, and they are a little bit more directional and they don't pick up everything around, which this microphone does, right? And it's a bit boomy, see? Yeah, you don't get that from these small microphones, which you don't see, but if I put them up like this, these are those two, and I've shown those in the live stream 3 weeks ago. These are Oktava microphones that I simply adore because they are really, really, really good. Okay, now since we are here already and things are working, and just because we can, I know it doesn't mean we should. So now we're going to try this one, this little baby again. Now it's much weaker because I don't have the same input gain. I need more, like this. And now I'll move a little bit. the same thing on these two. So the difference is a lot when it comes to, because there's two microphones used, they are panned left right quite a lot, which means it gives a broader picture, sound, kind of landscape, sound landscape, and that's why I play like this as I do. But this was important for me to show you guys just how proximity or distance from the microphone is different when you compare different microphones. Condenser microphones are a bit more sensitive. They pick up more of the rest of the room, while dynamic microphones are a bit more less prone to react to the surroundings. Although I've just listened to a great episode of a podcast by Tom Buck, who I follow religiously. He just had a rant in his last episode. He said that, well, this thing with dynamic microphones picking less of the room sound than condenser mics, it's bollocks. Well, it can be. I do agree with him. If you have a room that's noisy, it's not treated at all, and my environment here is not treated really. Actually, I have reverberation from the wall that's in front of me, maybe 2 meters in front of me, behind the desk, behind the camera. So when the first reflection of the sound just acoustically is bouncing off the wall, coming back to my face, bouncing into the microphone, combining itself with my voice coming into the microphone at the same time, there's also reverb effect bouncing off the very high ceiling in this room. I do have very thick shades here in front of the windows. They're like big blankets, really thick. And then I have a wooden floor and a mat, so it's just doing a great job to make it okay. So I wouldn't be able to record some serious vocal in this room if I don't tinker with the settings on the microphone, which means you would make it a little bit less sensitive to the volume, and I'll be able to come much closer. Let's say this microphone, which is above my head, just a little bit outside of this frame, so you don't really see it. This is a kind of directional condenser microphone, so it should be picking up a lot of stuff around, but it's actually not picking up a lot of the sound. If I snap my fingers in front of it and now behind it, oh sorry, much less, right? So it's really directional and only picking up what's in front. And then it's got this great proximity effect that even if I move a little bit, if I want to show you guys, oh look, this light, I'm going to show that guitar up there and all that, it's still maintaining the quite okay volume of everything. And the reason I picked up this one, because I don't want the big microphone being in front of my mouth while I'm playing, moving guitars, switching guitars and all that. It's just not a practical solution. I would get a little bit better audio with a very close mic'd, maybe dynamic, maybe even condenser mic, but closely mic'd, right? You will hear me much more concrete if I come up very close to the microphone. This is like 2 inches away, right? So, but this is how I set it up for this live stream. It's directed a little bit in front of my mouth, so it's actually grabbing the air coming from my mouth. And a bit of voice, of course. All right, let's see what's happening in the chat. All right, Abby, the second mic, you thought the dynamic one, this one with the mascot on, but that's also because when I played it on this other audio interface, I had quite a lot of input gain, so maybe it distorted because of that. But yeah, well, anyway, we are done with that. We are about to move to the, thank you so much, nice microphones, and my Pocket 3, and we'll switch the guitar and go to the today's theme. Oh, sorry, I can't find it. I don't play this so often in open tunings and slide, so sorry about that. But Gwen, happy birthday. I even forgot to put my cameras on while I'm playing this song. Oh, bummer, amateur. Just see. Oh, beautiful. This is a nice arrangement. If you play open G, slide guitar, right? So let's just go through that. This is worth noting. So this note on the 4th fret, we have that on the 7th fret as well, with a kind of 3rd. In G. Now we need to go to C. Oh, sorry. Which is the chord of C. So let's do this again. Then we need to go to this note, which is on 10th fret, 5th, 7th, 5 again. So slowly, so you can repeat this and take it in small chunks if you want. I hope I'll be able to execute this. So let's go. Right, it's nice, it's okay. But if you ever listen to David Hunt's live streams, he played this song a couple of times for people who, have birthdays during the live stream, and then he could really put together some great arrangements. He can play it jazzy, he can play it like soul-y, he can play it like a gospel, and amazing. So yeah, and David didn't have his live stream today, right, Albert? We used to meet there on Mondays, 12 o'clock midday for me, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning for you guys on the East Coast. Good. Maybe they're under the weather and caught your flu. Yeah, you mean my mics and everything here. Yeah, okay. Great. Oh, Milovan is here. That's great. Congrats on the great gig the other day. That was fantastic to see. Milovan is playing with his daughter and his son-in-law as a trio. They had a great Christmas gig. Yeah. So you're back from Mexico. Good. Good to have you back home. Over there, home. Right. So, oh, I forgot one thing. I don't have my cap on, but let's make it just a little bit of Christmas. So, jingle bells, jingle bells. This is, if you just go to the playlist with my live streams, it's 11 months ago. You just search for jingle and you'll find that live stream where I explained how to play this. So we're in open G, right? So we do. So that's that melody. The trick with this is it's quite difficult to kind of play the chords and the melody at the same time. It's not like you're fretting and you can stretch your fingers and use open strings or whatever. It's a tricky one to play like that. So basically, this is a perfect song to play with slide when you have somebody to back you up. If you're playing with somebody else who can play the chords, or if you're playing with a piano player or some other, backup instrument, that would be just amazing, because then you just have your melody on the slide ready and you just do it. So if I would do it solo, let's say if I'm on a gig and play something and somebody says, "Hey, play Jingle Bells because it's Christmas tomorrow," and I don't know. I usually don't do the requests of almost any kind, but if it would happen and it was somebody who was kind to me and I feel like it, I might, invest some effort and do it. But anyway, so the melody, when you think, do, 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 where's that note? That's a note of B, right? So it's on the second string, open. And that note is also here. To play it with the chords and the melody, and a large part of this kind of melody can be played with slide. So I didn't do this last year, 11 months ago, so this is unique for this live stream only. So let me show you how I did this. Okay, I'll skip the finger picking part, just let's concentrate on the melody. So the first note is on the 4th fret, 3rd string. There's a nice trick here that you just play. Right, so I glide to the note again, but then I kind of angle the slide from the strings, you see, like this, away from the strings, and I just play the open 1st string. So I get this melody. And I kind of glide a little bit backwards with this 3rd string because of this effect. Oh. So you get this. Because we are playing slide, right? If I would just almost fret it with a slide, no gliding, what's the purpose? I can just do. With a slide, I want to do it this way. Right? Now, I'm a bit sloppy when it comes to dampening the rest of the notes. Sorry about that. But we're just trying to find those melodies. And then we come. So we come to the 5th fret. So the melody is on the 3rd string, with the exception of this first. And now, it's usually this how I kind of do arrangements for songs. It doesn't matter if it's this song or any other. When I combine the melody with chords, I'll always try to find, okay, right around this note, when I'm playing the C chord, then I need to go back to G, and then I need A, A7, D, D7. So those chords I have. The C is on the 5th fret, but I will only use a note that fits well with a, which is, so the 4th, 3rd, and a 2nd string. Since I'm going back to G, then I just include the big bass. And now we come to the tricky part, because if you have the technique and you have the string height right set up on your guitar, then you might be able to play the chord on the 2nd fret so that it doesn't buzz. On an average acoustic guitar, playing slide on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd frets is difficult, because even if you have heavier strings, it's still quite close to the fretboard on these first frets. So here on this guitar, it's a bit different, because I have a string height fairly higher than on the average guitar. So we come to the C. So what I did here was, so I kind of emphasized the chord, maybe even the 2nd string, and then I go back to the 2nd fret, but now I'm playing this with a big bass, because now I'm in the D. And this note is also on the 7th fret here. So I can combine this and be really kind of a funny guy doing like this. Right? And then we got this note here coming as an octave up there if you want to play the version number 1 that I played when I just started demonstrating the melody. So if I play all this together with not too much of finger picking, but just kind of combining the chord bases so that you know where we are. So let's start with now to C, back to G, A, D. Do, 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 which is all the notes are here. I'm lazy, so this is the form of D7. So you pick 2nd fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 2nd string, which is D7 in the open G. So the melody is just following on the 1st strings, 1st, 2nd, third, and then just open third. So. You can find this melody on many different places, right? But since I've played everything with slide in between, so this last part can be like this, just a picked. You go. That's nice. There's just a harmonics on the 12th fret, 7th fret, 12th. So, this is up there. This is something that I would never tinker with, because it's not only that it's complicated, because I need to reach much higher than my guitar neck is providing me with the frets easy. Of course, you can, if you're trained, if you really know where your notes are, then let's say going from 5th fret, it's here because I know there's just marker for the last fret that's before the sound hole, so I know that my actual 5th fret has an octave all the way up here, but it's not comfortable to play. I would rather, let's say, play this melody by jumping from this position up here down to the 2nd fret, where I will grab the A chord just in between because of the chord changes. So let's say if I go and so on and so on. So sometimes you kind of cheat, but you add something new to the melody, to the groove. Maybe why should you always just play the melody exactly as it is? And since we've already played the melody as it is on the lower frets down here, so the lower octave is fine. You can grab the chords and everything. Good. Now finally we're coming to that part that I skipped or missed or forgot 11 months ago. So there's this. Right, so that's where we're coming now. So the B part is, and the reason I pick this note on the 3rd fret on the 2nd string and not just play open string is because otherwise it would sound like this. Nice, right pitch, everything, but the note is dead. I can play with a slide, so I choose to play the same note, but with a slide. With the proper damping technique, which I've showed you several times. So if I play a note on the 2nd string, especially if I'm not combining it with a bass or something, then I just can use my thumb to dampen the 3rd string. I pick the 2nd string, and then I'm also dampening the 1st string with the picking finger here. So it's, and I'm dampening behind the slide, which makes it doesn't ring too much. Otherwise it will sound like this. Oh, sorry. Where you also hear, let's see if I do like this. Difficult. I can't. But anyway, let's describe it on the 1st string where I don't need to do anything else. So that's these are those overtones. it's beautiful. Everything is ringing. It's great. But it's something that we need to have control over, because sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. So the more you can control your notes, the better. And it should be your artistic choice if you want to play this or not. So the second part of the melody, let's do it again. Oh, sorry. This is so great that it goes to the C, because the way to reach this chord and to fool around with it could be like this. Right? Now slowly. I mean, there are several different melodies of this, so I'm kind of confused what I should take here, but basically I'll do them all. So this with C can also be like this. I keep forgetting that one. And this can also be played in thirds, like a. Good. So, and then we have this. No. Now the D chord, sometimes it's like a, you go to the many licks can be played together with a D chord, but these two notes, these are not D. The D would be if I would play like, and this asks for a special technique. That you need to fret a note on the 10th fret on the second string, but then you play the 12th fret of the first string with your slide. So, oh, I can show you this like this. Give me a second. 1, 2. That's right. So, as I already have this camera on. So, listen. You see my my index here on the 2nd fret, which is 2nd string, pressing down on the 10th, and then just when there's a. So I can vibrate the note on the 12th fret, and it will still work. And this is a part of, let's say, techniques that go like a. So. So these are, let's say, the thirds in open G on the first two strings. So if you want to emulate this with slide, then a little bit of practicing could give you. Right? So all this combined, and then to the needed D chord up here. And so on. We're back on this one. So 10:02, right on top of the hour, just a minute or two more, and actually I've showed you everything. I'm trying to keep my live streams under 1 hour. It's difficult, but I'll manage it now. Let's see, are there any questions in the chat? Albert, thank you so much. That's great. You know that song? Great. All right. So what's up for you guys? I have a question for those of you who are still here. I'm thinking a lot about this channel and about starting to do live videos and you know, all that stuff that I'd like to just provide people with a lot of easy bites of slide guitar lessons. There will be like 5 to 8 minutes long videos that you can really take bite size and just move on and then do something else and come back. And I would kind of be able to deliver those like maybe 2 a week until we build a nice base of videos when it comes to guitar things. But I'm also considering other stuff that I talked about in this live stream, and now it's the big philosophy on YouTube that you need to niche down or niche down. You need to be only about one thing. So let's say if I'm a slide guitar player, I should only do slide guitar playing, nothing about like productivity as a musician or showing Notion application for musicians, my setups, and okay, it would be okay to say have a video that'll be a rant on music industry or something like that, but basically, man, you're a guitar player, don't do anything else. So I just need a little bit of feedback. If you guys think, would you still watch my channel and come to the live streams if a part of my videos will be about other things than just playing the guitar? Or should I, as I've been advised by some people, just start another channel that is with your face again, of course, but then you'll be only talking about other stuff that's not guitar related, which is very difficult for me because everything I do is connected to music. I would have never started using Notion if there wasn't for a need to systematize my songs. You know, I play with like 4 different acts, including me solo, so like 3 different other acts. And then each act has their own songs, own rehearsals, own things to do. So Notion is just a perfect app to combine all those and be able to just make it, right, without too much effort. So that's my dilemma right now. Should I just do the guitar content, or is it okay to mix? Because somebody also told me, like, why don't you just do everything should be connected with slide, like slide guitarists productivity course, or slide guitarists Notion tips, slide guitarists this or that. So I'm just contemplating about those things. All right. Oh, I see here. Abby wrote, taught my first Christmas song this morning. Which one was it? Which song? Let us know about that. Okay, Matty says, I think you can do both. Music and guitar can be the foundation, but you have so much inside. You have so much to share across the music industry. I think you go for it. Your nature is you. Yeah, you're very much right about that, Matty. But it's also when you have yourself as a niche, like when you are well known in a certain area, right? So I have a little micro name within the Blues Society, which means people who listen to blues, who come to blues festivals, especially in Scandinavia. I don't know how many students I've taught in the UK over the years. I guess 100 or so, maybe even more altogether. So it's like I have a kind of authority that would kind of, be able to address a certain amount of people and all that. But yep, I'll think about it even more. Thank you. Go all in, my view. Thank you for the view, Master Matthew. That's great. Lovely version of Jingle Bus. Now, why don't you just jump right on into my live stream, Abby, and show it to us if you have a web camera on. I could send you the link. Yeah. Silent Night. Oh, yeah. Silent Night is also something that could be played with slide, right? Oh. do it in OpenG as well? That would be great. Yeah, Silent Night, great. Another input from Maddie. You won't undermine your authority, reputation, or a reputation by sharing other experiences, Mac. Yeah, I might do just that. Great. Oh, that's great. Funny, I've just sent you a message regarding Silent Night. Great. Did you include the video when you were playing this? It's great. Because, I mean, it's... don't get me wrong, it's a tricky one, especially if you want to so I would always meet it with this. Can I play that was like? Well, maybe something for next week. Why not? Great. Maddie, you are much too kind. Thank you. Okay, that's great. Well, the A in standard tuning, of course, gives you this big fat A chord, right? Fretted like you can use the fifth fret. Oh yeah, yeah, perfect, great. So I'm still up for having you, Abby, as a guest in the live stream. I'll send you a DM on Facebook, so we'll see if we can arrange that. And you just need a webcam and a good mic or decent mic, your headphones, and I can just bring you right into this live streaming program, as I just did a couple of hours ago today. I had a talk about videos, lighting, cameras, setups, everything with a guest, and I brought them into Ecamm like this as a guest. So the webcam will show up here. Yeah. Great. So guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for coming. It's been a blast, as always. I'm so happy I'm back. I missed this. Great. I'll never be sick again. I promise. And even my voice came back. I didn't need to cough, so which means sing, talk, and you'll be fine. Good. So I'll see you all next week. That's going to be just before the Christmas edition. And right, we'll see you next week. All right.
It was in spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, Lord, she went away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Things could call me up, down and out by soul. Said, come back, Daddy, Lord, I need you so. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Get out of my orchard, let my peaches be. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. In spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me. Now she went away. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top